The Rat King is an exotic sidearm in Destiny 2, which can only be acquired by completing a series of challenges with at least one other player.
Throw the ball.
The perk which comes with this weapon is called ratpack. This fully automatic weapon becomes stronger when nearby allies also have it equipped, stacked up to 6 times. Playing with yourself, you get a base rate of fire of around 6 rounds per second, which is decent, but this will increase with each Rat King nearby. The gun really comes into its own when the perk is active, increasing damage through a significant increase in rate of fire. As I do Airsoft, and being the good teammate that I am, teamwork makes the dream work, and I reckon this gun would be very interesting to see in an Airsoft skirmish, so I wanted to build one. I asked our resident Airsoft tech to teach me how we could achieve this. He recommended a 1911 AEP as a base gun as it has the most likeliness to Rat King, so I bought one and asked him to show me more.
So this was the 1911
Yeah.
we spoke about, and you said this was the most similar to the Rat King that we see in the game. I've seen you show me the internals of like gas systems and such before, and it's very straightforward. The G gas comes out, pushes it, but I'm guessing there's a bit more to an electric gun.
Kind of, not really though. It's a similar sort of system, right? So with the MOSFET, you're able to use things like 7.4 light bars,
Right.
and it just makes it easier.
So I would be concerned then, how do we actually get the trigger to fire? How do we make the electric gun happen? Because obviously with the Rat King, my idea is that we're going to somehow limit the rate of fire with the trigger. So is it mechanical?
No. So it's because you have an inline MOSFET. The likelihood is you've either got a micro switch or a trigger contact in the inside.
Right. Okay. Well, obviously I know how MOSFET works. It's literally an electronic switch itself. So it seems as if most of the work is done for me in this edition.
Exactly. You know the M249?
Yeah.
You know, the big boy gun, you know, the Rambo style.
Yeah.
The micro switches in there can be picked up in Screwfix.
Just in case you need a few fix.
Yeah. The camera isn't going to see this, but
No.
you can. If you see down there,
Yeah.
you can actually see where the metal contacts
Oh,
are.
I see. That's the contact. Right.
Yeah.
But from what you've showed me anyway, it seems like it is just an electrical switches and you can govern it then by programming. So for me, that's great because I can probably actually control the rate of fire now. I kind of want to see what we're working with as like a base standard. And can we shoot it through a chrono?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's do
That'd
it.
be great.
Testing on 0.2s, 7.4 on semi. Oh, hello. And then on full.
Firing 0.2 gram BBs, the rate of fire is displayed here at 15.2 rounds per second, with the BB's velocity below at 230 feet per second. Using these two results, it has calculated a joule output of 0.5. Most airsoft sights have a joule limit for safety, which can be between 1 and 1.3 joules. He then explains that to get a faster rate of fire, you can increase the battery voltage. Changing the voltage does not increase the velocity or joule output of the gun, which we could interpret as damage. To do this, we must either increase the barrel length to allow the BB to be put under longer acceleration time, or by narrowing the barrel to prevent air escaping around the BB. Why not both? A micro switch is an electronic switch which is micro. It uses a physical input to control an electronic output. A MOSFET can use a small amount of electricity to control a larger source of electricity. The input is coming from this micro switch. We can replace the physical input with a signal generator, such as an Arduino. It is cheap and can be programmed easily. And that's all we need for a controlled rate of fire. But wait, how do we know when to activate the perk? Well, it's about the gun's proximity to each other, roughly within 10 meters. I looked at a few options for wireless communication. Light sensors always need to be pointing at a target, much like ultrasonic sensors, but these have a wider range. Analog radio was a good contender, but needed 2 modules for the send and receive. Bluetooth is a very good digital communication method, but I was limited to just one connection. Finally, I settled on the NRF24L01 wireless transceiver module. What it lacked in naming convention was made up for having everything else that I needed. Huzzah! Proximity communication and rate of fire regulation, everything I needed to mimic a ratking. I was just going to use this on any old gun, but I really like the look of the gun from the game, especially the visuals of the Perk active, so if anyone saw this in person, they should know what to expect from such a great gun.